What is going on, Gemini? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct. This is going to be your reading for the month of December, right? And I'm doing it on the full moon in Gemini, December 11th going into the 12th. So I had to tap into you guys' energy. Hopefully this reading resonates with you in some type of way. We're going to try to dive deep into your messages, see what the cards have to say for you guys moving forward into December and the end of the year. All right, this is going to be a general reading and it may not resonate with everyone. But if it does resonate with you, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel, all those things that help the channel out in some type of way. If it does not resonate with you, you can always check out your rising or moon sign on my channel once I get the rest of the readings out for everybody, or you can check out another reader, right? Because they always have messages for you with the collective amount of readers we have. All right, this is going to be your present energy right here, Gemini, that we'll be tapping into. This will be your main storyline. All right, and then after that, we're going to be tapping in over here to your futuristic energy, and this will be your supporting details. All right, after that, we will wrap it up with a fairy card, and you guys have the moon, right? Full moon in Gemini. So let's hop right in, Gemini, and see what's going on. Crowning your reading, we do have the Hangman clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, right? So I am feeling strongly that you guys have maybe been in a certain position or perspective, right, where it feels like you've been seeing things from a different point of view, right? You know, the Hangman is usually the position where we're at, where we kind of like have to hang upside down to see things from a different perspective. This could also have to do with you guys feeling like you're stuck between two different decisions. What I was feeling when I was looking at this card was kind of like the two spectrums, right, that sometimes we can live in when it comes down to perceiving our reality, right? We could be all the way polarized to the left, or we could be all the way polarized to the right, right? And with the Hangman being here, and it's showing this person hanging in the middle, right, of those two polar opposite energies, especially with Gemini being kind of like a double sign, the same way that Pisces is. It seems like you guys have been, for a lack of better words, stuck in the middle when it comes down to perceiving something, right, about your life and not able to kind of make a decision moving forward, right? The Hangman talks about being in limbo, being stuck, hanging there, trying to receive more information, not wanting to make a decision, not wanting to move forward in a certain cycle or move forward towards a certain direction, not knowing which direction to take, right? So the Hangman is here trying to find enlightenment. It's kind of like you're on pause, or you have been in a position of being on pause, not wanting to move forward yet, not wanting to make a decision, not wanting to, end something, wrap up a karmic cycle, right? It's kind of like you've been prolonging something, because the Hangman is all about prolonging the decision, prolonging the action, prolonging the thought, the emotions, the feelings in some type of way. And you do have the Wheel of Fortune here, so it does seem like that there is an opening for you when it comes down to destiny, when it comes down to forward movement, a brand new cycle, a brand new karmic beginning, and wrapping up an older cycle. And it's a duality to this energy that I'm feeling, because whenever we're starting a brand new cycle and going into a brand new beginning, at the same simultaneous time, you have to be wrapping up an older cycle, wrapping up older energies, cutting off older connections, right? Dealing with older karma and older lessons. And a lot of times it can put us in this Hangman position because it's two things happening at once. It's two different polar opposite energies. One is ending, one is beginning. One could be dark, one could be light. One is a lower vibration, the other one is a higher vibration. And we're stuck in between with the Hangman. So I do feel like there is this big new opportunity that's opening up for you guys, even if you don't know that it's there consciously, even if you don't see your environment showing you that there's this brand new, deep, profound beginning. There's this brand new karmic cycle, the unknown that's happening, that has so much to do with your purpose, your destiny, you moving forward on the path, right, that you've been on. But at the same time, you have this older energy kind of pulling at you and it's creating this polarization, right? It's creating this tug back and forth, this hangman energy. And because maybe some of you guys are not knowing exactly what energy to step into, exactly, which one is the right one for you to be in, right? Should I go and head in this brand new cycle, this brand new perspective, right? Should I go into this brand new energy, or should I stay with the energy that I'm used to, that I'm familiar with, that I'm comfortable in? Yes. So I'm feeling this, Gemini. The hangman is here representing your prolonging of this brand new cycle. You needing more understanding, you not knowing everything that's happening when it comes to this brand new opening that's here for you. And you wanting to get the enlightenment before you move on. All right. Then we have down here the Two of Pentacles clarified by the Ten of Wands. So the Two of Pentacles talks about that dance, right? You going back and forth in your mind of ending one cycle, beginning another one, ending one cycle, beginning another one, going back and forth, right? Juggling the possibilities, right? Stepping on, stepping off, jumping in, jumping out, right? It's talking about a certain level of indecisiveness, even though this is not the Two of Swords, right? It seems like you're weighing your options the way that this person is weighing these pentacles. You're weighing your options. If I did this, then things could turn out this way. This is what I know about this perception, or this option. This is what I have gathered. And then if I did this though, then it could turn out this way. It could be this. It's kind of like you're weighing your options, and this is probably what's creating the hangman position and prolonging the start of a new cycle. This could also have to do with the energetic positions that we are all in, right, with these planetary alignments, right, that are happening, which I do feel like for you is such a strong breakthrough that's happening around your full moon, right? And it's so much that wants to come through to you during this full moon. Such a brand new beginning, such a brand new start that's here opening up for you. And you're going to get the downloads and the information that I feel like you have been waiting for. That's definitely coming through with this full moon. Some of the things that were in dark to you, I feel like will be being downloaded, right? Ten of Wands energy talks about a certain completion to this juggling energy, a completion to the burden that it has kind of caused you to go back and forth in your mind, or to go back and forth in your emotions or your energy between two different decisions, two different options. So the Ten of Wands is completing, wrapping up this cycle, wrapping up this level of burden that was caused by a unknown or indecisive energy, right? You not having enough clarity, you not knowing exactly what you wanted to do and exactly where you wanted to go, and if you wanted to complete this cycle or not. The Ten of Wands is wrapping up this cycle, right? And it's lifting such a heavy load off of you because it feels like I said, you've been doing a certain dance between two opposite poles. Hot all the way over to cold, right over back to hot, right back over to cold, right? And it's created this hangman position where nothing is moving forward. Nothing is starting new because there is this cyclical type of cycle that it feels like you're on. The infinity here is representing that cycle, like the never ending cycle of going back and forth between opposite poles, right? You see those two opposite poles, and this is kind of like how your thought process has been. I'll come all the way over here, understand this, taking this perception of this pole that's over here, circle back around all the way, crossover poles, understand this position and this perception over here, go back around, and it's like that never ending cycle. This is what's about to stop for you. You're wanting to get off of the train. For some of you guys, you're wanting to jump off of the karmic wheel and get off on your next stop because the karmic wheel is always going around in circles. And I usually look at this as one of those revolving doors. You can get inside of the revolving door and just go around in circles if you would like to. Like, it's fun. Like, I did it as a kid, right? You can revolve around that door and just continue to revolve and never actually get out on the other side if you wanted to. But at some point you get dizzy. At some point you get bored. At some point you get discontent with the karmic wheel because it doesn't move forward. It just goes around in a circle. And all this energy is talking about you kind of going on this cyclical type of energy and just ending up not going or moving anywhere, like the hangman is talking about. I hope the sound is coming through pretty good for you guys. I have like a different mic that I'm using, so hopefully you can understand me clearly because this seems like some good energy. Page of Swords is here, clarified by the Justice card, right? So with the Page of Swords, there does seem to be some type of communication that could be coming in. Some type of maybe slightly quick communication that comes in that's bringing in some type of justice, some type of balance. But I do feel like this could be some of you guys choosing to communicate something also, right? Because I always see this Page of Sword as some type of transformation that's happening within your ability to communicate, or within the way you're choosing to communicate, the way you're choosing to perceive, right? Because communication has so much to do with perception. And so I feel like there is a transformation in the way that you're perceiving your position in life, or perceiving these two different options or two different poles of understanding. And a transformation is coming in so that you're switching up how you're perceiving it, how you're choosing to act on it and communicate it or express it inside of your life. The Page of Swords for me, especially with all the type of energy that I do in my readings, has so much to do with a change or shift in communication, or change or shift in expression, the way we choose to express the information that we take in. So there is some type of shift that's happening, and I feel like it will put you into motion or into action when it comes down to the way you're communicating or expressing what's going on with you internally, if that makes sense, Gemini. Justice is here and is bringing this transformation or this shift, right? The balancing of the karmic scales, because you're in between two different karmic cycles. And I feel like you're choosing to get off of the revolving door, off of the karmic wheel, and in the certain older cycle that you were having trouble with wrapping up and going back and forth on whether you should or not, because one of those ships is far off and the other one is right there in your face, right? Which is talking about the new ship, and the other one is far off in the past, talking about the older ship that you are on. So now there's a certain level of movement that's coming in because you're jumping one ship and coming into the next one, if that makes sense, Gemini. And that's creating karmic balance, bringing you out of place of imbalance. You were trying to find balance between the two poles, but there can't be any balance there because there had to be a decision that was made, and there was a certain level of you prolonging the decision. But now when the Ten of Wands comes in and it puts it in completion to that juggling energy, you come back into balance, right? And this changes the way that you're expressing, that you're communicating, that you're displaying yourself to the public eye, or to the people that are around you in general, or the way you're showing up in your own life. Major Arcana Justice card is here, bringing in this karmic retribution, right? You also have these karmic gifts that are coming in for you because it is your full moon, right? And whenever the full moon comes and brings you, or whenever the full moon comes and it's in your sign, it brings you like the fullness, the harvest of everything that you have worked on the last time, or in between the last time the moon was in your, the new moon was in your sign, right? Sorry, I'm kind of bad at astrology, but I know a little bit. So now with the full moon being in Gemini, there's kind of like this karmic retribution, these gifts that come after you level up, after you complete a cycle, after you fight the boss, after the credits start rolling, right? And you get these rewards that are karmically due to you, that you have earned by going through these challenges, jumping through all these hoops, right? Learning who you are more, upgrading your abilities, This comes with some upgrades, with some gifts, with some abundance to balance back out the scales of karma. So get ready for receiving that, right? And I do feel like you guys are having some upgrades having to do with your throat chakra, with your third eye chakra, definitely. And I really was getting that before I got into the reading, I was picking up how Geminis have gems in their eyes. And there's a certain level of observation that you guys have been perceiving for a while now, or even in recent times. Your observation skills have kind of leveled up, and you guys have seen a lot with your eyes. Whoever I'm speaking to, in your lifetime, you have seen a lot. You have observed a lot. And I feel like your eyes are speaking volumes of what you have seen over your lifetime, and what you have learned and understood, and the wisdom that has come in from you understanding what you have seen and what spirit has shown you, right? Just through your experiences, these 10 of Wands, all those different lessons that you have learned, you've been observing the whole time. And now it's kind of like, because you have learned those lessons, you're leveling up karmically. The gifts, right? The upgrades are coming in. The abundance is coming in, right? For what it is that you have worked for, what it is you have completed. Let's keep it moving, Gemini. We're down here with the Three of Cups, clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacle energy is here again. Three of Cups is talking about a certain celebration, right? I feel like there's a certain ending that's here, and there will be a certain type of celebration that's here where you're happy that you kind of made a certain decision, or you chose to get off the karmic wheel. You chose to move forward into this new cycle of your destiny on your path, right? And it's kind of like you're patting yourself on the back here because you chose to overcome this Two of Pentacle energy of going back and forth, or feeding two things at once, right? I feel like you're coming more into integrating those energies with the Three of Cups. You integrated those two polar opposite energies, or seeing things from two different views, right? You guys are the twins, right? So I think all of the twins are here, but they've been integrated into one. Your higher self, your lower self integrated into one. Your conscious and your subconscious integrated into one, right? And so to me, this speaks about moving from the two into the three, the integration of two opposing opposites, two opposing views, coming to meet in the middle. And this has created this certain level of balance that's bringing in this joy that the Three of Cups has to offer, this celebration, these high spirits, this festive type of energy of your two opposite poles coming to meet in the middle. This is probably why you guys were stuck in the hangman position for a while, because you needed those two poles to meet in the middle, right? You needed to stop juggling both of those. And in order to create movement, there had to be a certain level of integration between the two opposite beliefs or opposing views. I don't know where this is coming from, Gemini. It's just here. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Over here, we do have the Four of Cups clarified by the Death card. So there seems like there is a certain ending also to a certain cycle you guys were in, where you felt a certain level of apathy, boredom, not being excited with life, not seeing a certain side of life, where it was, seeing the beauty of it, the roses of it. It seems like you're coming out of that energy of being, kind of like disinterested, or not feeling like there's anything that's grabbing your attention, that's making you want to live your life in a more high vibrational state. Or even if you're a high vibrating being, right? There is certain ruts that we getting, what the Four of Cups talks about, where we don't feel like life is beautiful, that things are flowing, that things are growing, that there's great things coming our way, that it's a certain level of not being excited, right? Four of Cups energy. You know, it was a book that I read like maybe almost like 10 years ago, and I forgot what the name of the book was. But in the book, the guy was, or the author was talking about how he was in one mind state. They went on this trip, I think, him and his family, and he was kind of in a mindset at the beginning of this trip that was kind of like the Four of Cups, like feeling apathetic, not really feeling excited, not really um, feeling like there was anything to look forward to in life. So life became very dim to him in that moment. I think he had been in a rut, you know, even before the trip. And everything was just starting to look black and white and dull and not sharp and not exciting. And, you know, nothing was fueling his excitement. And what he came to the conclusion of was that he had nothing to look forward to. But on the trip, there was something new that got introduced into their trip that they had not planned on doing. He thought the trip was going to go one way, and that, you know, they had done it before and they would just do the regular stuff like get something to eat, maybe go camping, blah, blah, blah. I think it was a trip that him and his family took all the time. But in the middle of all that, there was something new that was introduced, and somehow they ended up planning to go for a boat ride like through this river or something like that. It was something that excited him though. And so that was going to be happening like the next day or 2 days from the point that he was in. And because that was exciting to him, it changed his whole perception of where he was and how this trip was something beautiful, and how the trees that were in the forest that they were camping in just looked so good, and how his family, you know, was so great because they were together enjoying this moment, and how he loved his wife, and everything just kind of starting to liven up more because he was happy about what he had to look forward to. And I feel like for some of you guys, you've been in this Four of Cups energy, not really happy about what the future has to hold, not really certain about what is in your future, right? And your destiny and your path. And there's something that's coming that's bringing you this excitement, that's wrapping up this older energy of being apathetic and not being excited and not being driven to move forward in life. There's a certain death that you're dying here to that energy, and it's being transmuted and transformed, right? Because you do have the Wheel of Fortune here. You do have the Justice card here. So there is something brand new coming. There's a certain rebirth that you're also happening to bring you out of this Four of Cups energy of feeling bored with your life, even if it's just for a moment, even if it's just been for a month or 2 months or however long. Transformation is coming within this energy because you're choosing to move forward. I feel like there's a certain action that you're taking, or you're being led to take this move that you're being led to move into, that's bringing you out of the Four of Cups. And this new cycle that you're choosing to walk into is about to bring this level of just look at the card, right? Look at this Wheel of Fortune. Look what you're walking into. You know, even though it's been being prolonged by the Hanged Man, probably because you've been in the Four of Cups energy where you're like, nothing good is about to come from this. Like, I don't even care. Whatever. Like, this is what I feel with the Four of Cups. But there's a rebirth that's happening here that's bringing you into these lights, this excitement, this thrill of life, right? The chase of life. It's something that's reigniting your spark for you to see a certain like level of beauty that's inspiring you again to chase after something, to yearn for something. You know, I'm feeling this deeply, Gemini. If you've been in a place of the Four of Cups where you're just like, blah, life is blah. I go to work, I come home, I listen to my readings, right? I see the people that surround me every day, but it's just all so routine. It's just all so, I know what's going to happen. Nothing exciting is happening. Well, that's about to die. And there is some excitement that's coming up. So let's keep moving into your futuristic energy. We do have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles coming here, Gemini. So with the Knight of Swords energy, there is a certain move that's happening, like I said. A certain swift movement, moving into your future, moving into your purpose, moving along your path, going to the next stop, entering into this brand new karmic cycle. And it's really creating a certain level of Four of Swords energy where your mind can be at ease, your mind can rest, especially if you've been in a place where you've been stressed out. That hangman position can be very stressed, like full of stress, full of like unknown or indecisiveness, or should I do this or should I do that? I feel like you've made your decision though, and you're moving towards something that is new with that Wheel of Fortune energy. You're not juggling in between two options or two decisions anymore. And this is bringing you a certain level of serenity, of release, of peace, right? Where you get to rest a little bit because you're moving forward and you're okay with your decision. You've made peace with your decision in your futuristic energy, right? We do have the Page of Cups that's here. So there is this offer that's also coming up for you guys. It could definitely be an offer in love. It could be an apology though, right? It could be somebody wanting to like make an emotional gesture to you in some type of way. But whatever it is that's coming in, whatever it is that's being communicated to you, it is giving you this Six of Wands energy. It is the beginning of your graduation ceremony, right? It's kind of like you're moving into this brand new cycle and you're graduating from the older cycle. You're being recognized by the universe, but you get this certain gesture that comes to you from someone. Could be a water sign, possibly, but somebody is making this emotional offer or gesture to you, letting you know that you have the victory, that you have won, that you have graduated. So there is a certain sign that's coming into you, maybe towards the end of December. It could be happening right now, but somebody could be offering you their cup of love, possibly, or an apology for something that happened in the past, or something like this. But it will be an emotional to you. It's going to be emotional, is what I feel. But it's like a sign, a small gesture that the universe is kind of like letting you know that you won, like you graduated. This is the sign that you get. This is kind of like the reassurance that is coming into you from someone that you're moving in the right direction. Six of Wands, Gemini. All right, so maybe you guys have been in this Nine of Swords energy. Maybe it's not the total end of it because this is your futuristic energy. So there are some fears here. There are some worries here. There is some anxious energy. Maybe when it comes down to you moving into this brand new cycle, moving forward with your life in this brand new big path that is opened up to you, it won't come without some fears, right? The fear of the unknown. But you guys have the Strength card to match it. So of course the Nine of Swords card is is no match to the Strength card. So you definitely have the strength from what you have learned in this older cycle and how you have upgraded all the gifts that kind of like are with you, the upgrades that are with you now. So where you're knocking this Nine of Swords energy right out the park. Like it may bother you for a day or two, right? But you already have graduated into a brand new energy. If anything, this Nine of Swords is some old residue from this older karmic cycle that's just here. And I mean, you have to process the residue. You do have to process the old energy that's being closed out from this older cycle. But at the end of the day, you're already standing in your strength. And this is what you're moving into. Eight of Pentacles energy. You're about to get to work, Gemini, in some type of way. You're moving into focus. You're moving into passion. You're moving into being inspired for what it is that you do. And you're coming in as the King of Swords at the same time. Your energy matched up with your life's work, your soul's mission, your higher calling. For some of you guys, this could be a business. This could be your job, your career. This could be a project that you're working on. But I do feel like you're getting back this passion for what it is that you put your hands to do, the type of work that you do, what you invest your time in. If you haven't been investing in something and you had kind of, neglected it for a while because there were other things happening in your life or things happening around you that just kind of threw you off track, I feel like in this next cycle, you guys are about to be busy. You're about to have some tunnel vision. You're about to be working on growing, building a stable foundation, growing and building your abundance, living that abundant life, manifesting some major things, Gemini. And you're about to do it with such ease, such elegance, and such grace is what I'm feeling with this King of Swords energy. You're going to do it. You're going to be working hard, but it isn't going to feel like it's hard work. And you're sitting here, you're sitting pretty is what I kind of get. Is kind of what I feel. Because you did so much internal work with this Hangman energy, with this Two of Pentacles energy, with this Ten of Wands energy. There's so much work that you have done already to build this foundation. So when it starts to manifest in the material world, it's kind of like, it's going to look like you're being rewarded for no work that you're doing at all, right? It's kind of like you're going to have onlookers that are looking like, how is Gemini, like, that doesn't make any sense. No, they're cheating. They're doing something against the law, or they're cheating the system. This is kind of what I'm picking up because of the way that this growth is going to come in for you on whatever it is that you're working on. It's kind of like you're going to skip the line, but that's only because you've been waiting in the line already. But people just didn't notice that you were there. People didn't notice the work that you did beneath the surface in the dark where nobody was looking. So now that you're here kind of like building it and manifesting it in the material world, it's coming to you very easy is what I feel. Something is going to multiply and grow very easily for Gemini. So I'm loving the energy. Let's see what's happening for your moon card. This is the fairy card. It says the moon. Powerful, intuitive epiphanies, powerful, intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. The moon. And that just matches this full moon energy. I think you guys are going to have some downloads that are coming in. Pay attention, definitely. You may want to write them down. These epiphanies will be coming into you because it's what's due to you. It's what's owed to you. It's the justice that's coming in to balance out the scales. So this may be happening in your sleep. It may be happening in your meditation. It may just hit you while you're just chilling in bed. And these downloads are coming for the next cycle. It may help you understand a little bit about this older cycle that's being closed out and wrapped up, but they're really, I feel, coming in to push you into this new cycle, into the unknown, into this new road, this new direction. And it's bringing you understanding, right? It's bringing you truth. It's bringing epiphanies, awakenings, revelations, realizations. All right. You also may be facing some of your fears that you dealt with that held you back from moving into this new path, this new cycle. So Gemini, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being patient with me because I definitely owed you guys a reading, maybe for months now. So I'm sorry about the neglect. But if you are subscribed to me, thank you for being patient and coming back in to check on Chris Anthony. If you guys don't follow me already on IG, you can follow me at Chris Anthony 14LBS, Chris Anthony 14 pounds, where I try to give out messages on another platform for you guys. If you guys are looking for a personal reading, you can look at my description and email me about that. I do have personal readings back open in December. And what else? I think that's it, Gemini. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Later.